Hi everyone, my name is Pastor Jeremy. I'm the site director for Southeastern University at Crossroads and the leader of the small group ministry at East Windsor campus. Today I would like to speak to you about the Greatest Commission. So I would like to read a passage from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 28, verse 18 to 20. Then we'll dive into the text. I'm reading out of the English Standard Version. So it reads, "And Jesus came and said to them, All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I'm with you always to the end of the age." Why do I call this the Greatest Commission? You will find out why. Jesus made this commission right after his resurrection, but prior to his ascension. So what's the significance of this commission? What makes it so great that we hold on to it at the church and we practice it in every day of our lives? I will show you at least 3 important reasons why this passage is the greatest commission there is. Primarily, the greatest authority of Jesus Christ makes this passage the greatest commission. Jesus Christ backed his commission with his divine authority. Jesus Christ said that all authority in heaven and on earth is his. Therefore, he has that power and he has that authority to commission anyone that he wants to. In this case, his disciples and the church of Christ by default. So the authority of Christ makes this commission the greatest commission. The word authority is the Greek word exousia, which means power to rule and power of government. That's what it simply says. So Jesus had the power of government in heaven and here on earth. Therefore, he has the prerogative, he has every authority, he has every right to commission us to fulfill the greatest commission. Secondly, the greatest mandate. What do we mean by that? The greatest mandate makes this the greatest commission. Jesus Christ said, "My authority is behind you. Then I would like you to go and to make disciples of all nations." Not just few people here and there, but people of all ages, people of all color, creed, race. Jesus said, "Go and make them my disciples." So the word "make disciples" is the commission. The word "make disciples" is the commandment that Jesus has given to the disciples and to the church. You might say, what about going? What about baptizing? And what about teaching? These 3 words represent 3 ways of making disciples. Jesus said, "I would like you to make disciples." This is the mandate. This is the responsibility. This is the commission. You're authorized by me to make disciples of all nations, all ethnic group, if you will. And here is how I would like you to do it. I would like you to go and to take the message of the good news. I would like you to take this message with you, the gospel with you. The gospel is the good news of God to the bad news of the world. So Jesus said, I would like you to go, taking the gospel with you, and I would like you to baptize those who are willing to accept me into their lives And I would like you also to teach them everything that I have commanded you. The Greatest Commission has a content. It has a curriculum. It is called the Commandments of Christ. So we are commissioned to make disciples of all nations. The word make disciples in the original version of the New Testament is an imperative. It is a command. Whereas going, baptizing, teaching, these words are participles. They are verb-like adjectives. So these are the three ways of making disciples. But the imperative rests on the word, make disciples of all nations. I am commissioned to make disciples of all nations. You are commissioned to make disciples of all nations. And that commission and mandate comes from the supreme authority of the world, and his name is Jesus Christ. Last but not least, this passage is the greatest commission there is because of the greatest promise attached to it. Jesus promised, I commission you to go and make disciples of all nations. My authority is behind this. In fact, Jesus said, I approve this message. He said, I would like you to make disciples of all nations, and I approve this message. My authority is behind this. I endorse it. But then he said, when you go out to make disciples of all nations, you're not alone. I will be there with you. The great I am, the one who is authorized in heaven and earth, is with you and with me as we go out making disciples. So these three important points makes this commission the greatest commission there is. So you might ask, so what is its relevance for me today? I'll show you three things and three ways rather how this commission is relevant for you and for I today. First of all, the authority of Christ is the foundation of our confidence. It's a source of our courage, if you will. Because Jesus is behind this commission. We don't make disciples just because we feel like it. We make disciples because there's an authority behind this commission. Second, the command of Christ is the content of our message. We make disciples of all nations by teaching them to observe everything that Jesus has taught us. Last but not least, the presence of Christ is a source of our encouragement. Jesus, in his promise to be with us, to be with his disciples, as they and as we go out to make disciples of all nations, he attested to the fact that the Most High God is the most nigh God. Friends, I would like to encourage you today with this commission. God has commissioned you a long time ago. Jesus Christ commissioned you a long time ago. The authority, the supreme authority there is in heaven and on earth, has given you this commission a long time ago. And you're not alone when you go out to fulfill this commission. What are you doing about it? What are we doing about this commission? May God help us to fulfill this commission. God bless you. Thank you.